Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, you are welcome to our platform today. We're happy to have Your Holiness around.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Is my video off because you have me off or because it won't turn on?
The camera is not on.
Supposed to be.
Let me.
Well, let me leave and come back.
Now, I sent you invitation to say unmute the camera. Let's see if it works.
It doesn't work. Let me leave and come back.
Okay, Maharaj.
Still no luck. Let me see. No, it just won't. It refuses to start.
Okay.
We have two choices. I can either restart my computer or we can go without video. Should I restart my computer?
No, Maharaj, we can go without video, no problem.
Okay.
Unless if you want to restart the computer, I don't know.
It'll take about a minute.
Okay, we wait. We wait for you, Maharaj.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Oh, that's
Hare,
better.
Hare Rama, Hare.
Yes, Maharaj is good now. Thank you.
Sorry for
Night.
the delay.
It's okay, Maharaj. Thank you. You're welcome. We can start the verse I put on the screen. Oh, what is it? Okay.
Shall we begin?
Yes, Maharaj, please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tatayam Chavataraste Bhuvo Para Chihirshaya Svanam Chananya Bhavanam Anudhyanaya Chasakrit. Tatayam Chavataraste Bhuvo Para Chihirshaya Svanam Chananya Bhavanam Anudhyanaya Chasakrit. Tatayam Chavataraste Bhuvo Para Chihirshaya Swanam Chananya Bhavanam Anujanaya Chasakrit. Tata, thus, I am this, Cha, and Avatara, incarnation, Te, your, Bhuvaha, of the material world, Para, burden, Chihirshaya, for removing, Swanam, of the friends, Cha, Ananya Bhavanam, and of the exclusive devotees, Anujyanaya, for remembering repeatedly, Cha, and Asakrit, fully satisfied. Thus, you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are constantly wrapped in meditation upon you. Purport. It appears that the Lord is partial to his devotees. Everyone is related with the Lord. He is equal to everyone, and yet he is more inclined to his own men and devotees. The Lord is everyone's father. No one can be his father, and yet no one can be his son. His devotees are his kinsmen, and his devotees are his relations. This is his transcendental pastime. It has nothing to do with mundane ideas of relations, fatherhood, or anything like that. As mentioned above, the Lord is above the modes of material nature, and thus there is nothing mundane about his kinsmen and relations in devotional service. You wanted 2 verses today?
Yes, Maharaj.
Timidam svit kuto veti deva deva Navedmyaham sarvato mukamayati teja padama darunam. Kim, what is? Idam, this. Svit, does it come? Kuta, where from? Va iti, be either. Deva deva, O Lord of Lords. Na, not, vedmi, do I know. Aham, I, sarvataha, all around. Mukam, directions. Ayati, coming from. Teja, effulgence. Padama, very much. Darunam, dangerous. O Lord of Lords, how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand this. Purport. Anything that is presented before the personality of Godhead should be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers. That is the standard procedure. And Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, is observing this method for general information. Om Miram Tasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Pistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mayam Dadati Shapadantikam Bande Hang Shri Guru Shri Jatapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sahagana Raganatan Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kamshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hori Priye Vansha Kolpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindho Pyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Srivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Nice to see you. Well, you're muted.
On the obeisances.
Hare Krishna. Jai, Hare Krishna. Are you in Africa or India?
Now I'm in Ghana.
In Ghana. All right.
Yes,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Happy to see you.
Jaya. Okay, and Mr. Kusha, whose screen is highlighted now?
Yes, Maharaj.
Whose screen is highlighted now?
It's you, Your Holiness. Do you want to share some screen?
No, just which speaker is going to be highlighted?
No, it's only you, but sometimes we try to show attendance, people who are in the class.
I see. Okay. Because on my screen I see you, but that's all right. But happy to see you.
Sorry.
No, I don't mind.
Go on,
I don't
Maharaj.
mind seeing you. It's just yours. It's either you or your icon that's displayed on my screen. But
Everybody's seeing Your Holiness.
okay. Sorry for that, but what can be done? All right. Tatayam Chavataras te bhuvo bhara swanam chananya pavanam Anujyanaya cha sakrit. The Krishna's descending. Paratranaya sadhunam vinashaya traduskritam. Vinashaya traduskritam, to deliver the world from bhuvapara, the heavy burden. Heavy burden means the demons, those who are averse to religious principles, those who are so absorbed in sense gratification that they'll do anything for their own satisfaction, for their own senses. Those who are demonic. Especially the demonic kings of the world. In the 10th canto, it said that when the world was overburdened by the unnecessary defense force of so-called kings who were actually demons in the guise of kings, then Krishna appeared to reduce the burden of the world. Yes. So bhuvapada, jihirshaya means removing, to remove the burden of the world. That's one reason for Krishna's appearing. And another reason, swanam chananya pavanam anujyanaya chas asakrit. You appear for the devotees, paratranaya sadhuna. Yes. Samoham sarvabhuteshu. The Lord is equal to everyone. Name dveshosti na priyaha. He's no one's enemy and no one's friend. But ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyam. Those who engage in his devotional service, for them, I'm in them and they're in me. There's an intimate relationship between the Lord and his devotees. The sun is ready to shine everywhere, but if one goes out in the sunshine, one gets the full benefit of the sun's rays. If one boards oneself up and inside and closes the curtains, then what will he get from the sun? The sun is ready to shine on anyone. It's equal everywhere. But yayatamam prapadyante tam tataiva pachami. The sun shines more on the person who is seeking to be in the sun. So Krishna reciprocates with everyone. Therefore, for those who are against him, he ignores them or he defeats them. And those who are devoted to him, he reciprocates with in loving relationship. Swanam. Swanam means his friends, his own people. Swa means one's own. Swanam in plural. His own people. Everyone, Krishna Mami Vamsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanat. All the living beings belong to Krishna. They're all parts of Krishna. But those who approach Krishna in a loving mood become intimately associated with the Lord. So Swanam, they're his own people. They're his own people. Although everyone is his, those who are his devotees, SWAMI, his friends, his parents, his wives, his lovers, everyone who are desiring to be his. They say to Krishna, I'm yours. And Krishna says to them, I'm yours. Swanha. Ananya Bhavana. And Ananya Bhavana, Ananya Bhava. Bhava means love. Bhava means quality. Ananya Bhava. Those who have no other interest, no other object of love, no other subject matter than Krishna. Ananya Bhava. Ananya Bhava. In the material world, we're all Anya Bhava. We have some other mood. Let me enjoy. Let me have, yes, pleasure. Ananya Bhava. But that's Anya Bhava. And Ananya Bhava. Srila Prabhupada's word was unalloyed, unadulterated, unalloyed, only Krishna consciousness. Not mixed. What is that? Jnana karma jnanavritam. No mixture of mental speculation or sense gratification. Anukuliyena Krishna Anusila. Only pure devotional service. The Lord comes for more for the benefit of the exclusive devotees than to annihilate the demons. Hiranyakashipu he could have killed in so many ways. His material energy is very powerful. But the Lord comes more for the devotees like Prahlad. Ananya Bhavanam Anujanaya Cha Asakrit. Now, in the translation, we're constantly wrapped in meditation upon you. Interesting. Anujana, dhyana means meditation, and anujana, constant meditation, always remembering Krishna. Asakrit, again and again and again and again, always remembering Krishna, always remembering Krishna. This is the business of the pure devotees, always remembering Krishna. I don't know if the grammar, Sanskrit grammar permits it, but another meaning is that he comes just to create a subject matter for remembrance. He comes for the devotees who constantly remember him, and he creates a subject matter by which everyone can remember him. He appears as a boar, he appears as half lion, half man. He appears as Ram, he appears as Nrsimha. He appears as Krishna, the original personality. And he performs wonderful activities just so that we'll have something to think about. The impersonal Brahma is not something we can fix our minds on. Klesho dikataraste sham avyakta sakta cetasa. To try to fix our minds on something impersonal or void will be useless. It's not possible to do. But we can fix our minds on a person. And Krishna personally shows, here are my activities, wonderful activities. Whether he's fighting at Kurukshetra, not exactly Kurukshetra, he's driving the Arjuna's chariot at Kurukshetra. Otherwise, he's fighting with Kamsa, he's fighting with so many demons. Or he's playing with his friends. So this is all Krishna's business, wonderful activities. And the devotees take pleasure in remembering Krishna's activities. Krishna would go out with his friends and play in Govardhan or by the Jumuna and kill some demons, or they do so many things. And the boys would come back at the end of the day and they would tell their parents, oh, Krishna killed this demon, Krishna did this, Krishna did that, Krishna killed the ass demons and got us the tal fruits. So they were going on and on. They would even turn Krishna's activities into songs, and everyone would sing about the wonderful things that Krishna was doing. So this is Vrindavan, always thinking of Krishna, always remembering Krishna, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's everything connected with Krishna. This is the business of the devotees. Much chitta, their lives are dedicated to Krishna. They're always thinking of Krishna. Bodhayanta parasparam, always reminding one another about Krishna. Katayantascha mam nityam dushanti charamanti. This is their enjoyment, to talk about Krishna. When the Krishna was stealing and causing so much trouble in Vrindavan, the neighborhood laid and lodged complaints with Yashoda Mai. Oh, your son is stealing butter from our houses, and he's pinching our babies, and he's in so many ways, he's causing so much mischief. Then Yashoda Mai, what do you want me to do? Should I stop him? No, don't stop him. But he's very bad. So in this way, they're complaining, but actually they're relishing. They're relishing, speaking about Krishna's mischievous activities in the guise of a complaint. They're remembering Krishna was doing this, Krishna is doing that. He's so mischievous. So this is the business of devotees, to remember Krishna. And therefore Krishna appears in this world just to give a subject matter for hearing for the residents of this dark place. If there's no Krishna Katha, then the world is useless. So Krishna comes, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, age after age, and performs wonderful activities. So we can take advantage of these wonderful activities by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, by discussing amongst the devotees. There's no use just discussing gossip and complaints and useless sports or news. The real association of devotees is for talking about Krishna, remembering the wonderful qualities and activities of Krishna, chanting the holy name of Krishna. So that's Krishna's business, to create a subject matter for us to hear and speak about. And Krishna becomes more and more dear to those who are always absorbed in thinking of him, who are ananya bhavana. In Hindi, Srila Prabhupada named ISKCON Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita Sangh, Antarashtriya Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita Sangh, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. but it breaks down as Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita Sangha. Those who are absorbed in the nectar of remembering Krishna, or yes, International Society for being absorbed in the nectar of remembering Krishna, Antarashtriya International Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita, Amrita, the nectar of remembering Krishna, nectarian consciousness of Krishna, Bhavanamrita. Same thing, but with Amrita. It's nectar to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness, and to be absorbed in any other consciousness is like poison. So either one can remember the activities of Krishna or chant the holy names of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said there's no difference between thinking and chanting. Chanting is thinking. If we're chanting Hare Krishna, then that's also, the mind is now absorbed in Krishna. Of course, while chanting, we should do that, not just that we chant while our minds wander, but we should chant and absorb our minds in the nectar holy name of Krishna. Prabhupada comments that Krishna's swanam, his relationships with friends or parents or others, is not like the mundane relationships. In the material world, someone is known as a son or a husband or a wife or a child, or in terms of the body. And that will be finished. Now I'm the son of someone, next life I'm the son of someone else, next life I'm the daughter of someone else, next life I'm this, that, husband of someone else, wife of someone else. All these designations are temporary. And so we establish a relationship. This is my father, this is my mother, these are my children, these are my relatives. And it all is meaningless. It will all be finished very quickly. And it's simply on the basis of the material body. But with Krishna, Swanam, no one can actually be his father. Who can be the father of the original person? But the relationship is established on the basis of bhava, on the basis of the loving mood of the devotee and Krishna's desire to reciprocate the loving mood of the devotee. It has nothing to do with material nature. It has nothing to do with any bodily relationship. And it's not temporary. Everything connected with the body will end with the body. But the relationship with Krishna is beyond birth and death. It's beyond this body. It has nothing to do with the so-called relationships of this material world. So we also can have such relationships with Krishna. And that's our real relationship. Externally, we have some relationship with our country, with our family, with our this or that. That will be finished. That will be finished. That's like a dream. While we're dreaming, whatever we see appears terribly real. But when we wake up, whatever that was evaporates. That means it had no lasting substance. So the relationships we have now are like the relationships of a dream. And when we wake up, those relationships will be gone. But the relationships on the spiritual platform are eternal. The relationship with Krishna is eternal. And that is glorious. The Lord appears for that. Swanam Ananya Bhavanam. Yes. Kim idam svit kuto veti deva deva navedyaham sarvato mukamayati teja paramadaranam. The real, Arjuna's real intention is this brahmastra's, this glaring heat and light are appearing in all directions. What is this? Where did it come from? What should I do? But before he asks that question, he glorifies Krishna. This is the etiquette. We approach the spiritual master, we have some question to ask, we have some business, but first we offer some praise to the spiritual master. First we offer some praise to the spiritual master. This is the system. Even the king, that should be the system, that first we praise the king, and then we say, Your Majesty, this is the business at hand. This is the etiquette. First we say something, even when we meet a friend, so good to see you. So good to see you. I was just thinking about you. How is your health? So wonderful to see you. Now, to the business at hand, what about this? What about that? Did you do this? Did you do that? Remember, I asked you for this. So really what's on our mind is those things, the work at hand. But still, we begin. Oh, so nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. So nice to see you. First, we offer some appreciation, even in ordinary dealings. Or the parents, the grandparents see the child. Oh, how you've grown. So that's natural. That first we, especially in the presence of the superior, we offer some praise. We go to some temple, the temple president is there. We say, oh, how nice everything is going. Looks like you're doing a very good job. And then, well, whatever it is, could you lend me 2 or 3 men, or whatever it is. But first we appreciate. So this is the etiquette in dealing, especially with superiors, even equals, and certainly with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And first we offer obeisances, prayers, glorification. Not that when the spiritual master comes, oh, hi. Or like a friend, oh, Gurudev, so nice to see you. The etiquette is that one shows proper respect. Yes. So similarly, the Arjuna wants to submit something to Krishna, but first he offers prayers, he offers respect. Now, kimidam svit kuta va iti. Kimidam, what is this? Svitkuta, where does it come from? Deva Deva, O Lord of Lords. Naved, I don't know. One approaches the superior when one doesn't know. Tad vijnanartam sa guru me papigatschet. One approaches the spiritual master being eager for transcendental realization. If one already was enlightened, one wouldn't have the need. If I already know everything, why am I approaching the guru? But approaching the guru means I accept that I'm not, even if I've read so many books, I don't have knowledge. Tad vijnanartam sa guru me papigatschet. To get actual realization, one has to approach the bona fide guru in the parampara system. So, navedmi, I don't know. Navedmyam. Therefore, I'm approaching you. What is that? Karpanya dosho pahatasya bhava. Prishchami tvam dharma sammuta cheta. That my mind is bewildered because of weakness, a miserly mentality. Therefore, I don't know what I should do and what I shouldn't do. Should I fight against my cousins? Should I leave the battlefield? I'm perplexed, bewildered. Prichami tam. Therefore, I'm approaching you, asking, because I'm dharma sammuta cheta. I'm completely confused about what my duty is. Yan, what is that? Bruhitam nishchitam me. Shreyasyan nishchitam bruhitam. You please tell me what's best for me. Nishchita, definitely. And one minute I think this, next minute I think that. You please fix it up for me. You tell me what to do. Shishastaham shalimam tvam prapannam. Now I surrender to you. I accept you as my spiritual master. Before we were talking as friends. Krishna, you said this and I said that. But now I surrender. Oh, please instruct me. So this is, of course, the eternal relationship between Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna is always in the superior position. And the Arjuna is always surrendered to Krishna. And when this effulgence is there at once, Krishna, Krishna Mahapa, Bhaktanam Apayakala, Twamekao Dayamana Nama Pavargosi Sankshute. You're the only person for solving these perplexities or for freeing us from danger. Padamadaruna, Teja Padamadaru. This material world, padam padam, yadvipadam. At every step, there's danger. So one will not be freed from danger merely by an injection or doctor's treatment or psychotherapy or prosperity. One is freed from danger by reviving one's eternal Krishna consciousness, by surrendering to Krishna. Just as the child is safe when protected by the parent, the living being is safe when he's at the lotus feet of Krishna. Not only safe, but happy also. One time I was at an airport and with a whole batch of devotees. And there was one little child of a devotee, and little child. And the child began wandering in the airport. And the child, he said, oh, he's very brave. Then after like 30 seconds, the child looked around, he didn't see his mother, his face began to crumple, and the child began to cry. And Prabhupada said, this is our position, that we're thinking, let me, on my own, do something. But without Krishna, we're always in difficulty. We can't be independent. So Arjuna, facing this great danger, surrenders to Krishna, and Krishna will solve the problem. All right, Hare Krishna. Are there some questions?
Thank you, Maharaj, for your wonderful class. Thank you. So, I have one question. My first question is on the constantly rapt attention in meditation upon the Lord. So my question is, how is it possible that, or how can one have this constant rapt attention?
How can one have this constant rapt attention or meditation? Kirtaniya Sadhari. Just chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. By chanting, the mind becomes fixed on Krishna. And Mahaprabhu says, Sada, always chant Hare Krishna. So as much as possible, we can go out with our kirtan parties. Of course, now in the pandemic time, there may be some limit. But we, as far as possible, go out with our kirtan parties or have kirtan amongst the devotees. And even while we're doing our other activities, while we're cooking, while we're cleaning, while we're doing this, while we're doing that, chant Hare Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna. Otherwise, we're missing the opportunity. The mind is wandering. But that's all time that can be used for chanting the holy name of Krishna. Chant 16 rounds attentively. Practice avoiding 10 offenses. Then the mind becomes fixed on Krishna. Manmana. And be engaged in Krishna, practical activities. Whether you're in householder life, brahmachari life, doesn't matter. If you're rendering service to Krishna, naturally you'll think of Krishna. So serve Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, speak about Krishna, distribute books about Krishna, be Krishna conscious. That will be the results.
Thank you, Maharaj. In the course of the lecture, you spoke about when one doesn't know, he approaches a superior, we approach a guru or an authority. And when one approaches an authority, you need to have faith and trust in the authority before he complies or surrenders. So when one approaches an authority or superior, and he later finds out that this authority or superior is not really following or is like cheating or doing things that are not supposed to be done by an authority, it becomes a bit difficult to surrender or to follow instruction from such authority. In such a situation, what should the devotee do?
Yes. Of course, we have to see the small discrepancies or differences of opinion should be ignored. That's the first thing. Not that my mind becomes preoccupied or obsessed with something of no real consequence. That becomes a trick of Maya. But if something is very serious, then we should see, oh, this is not good. But even then, sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasita isa kshipram bhavati dharma. Now you just wait. You may see that he comes quickly back to the standard. Then it's ignored. Oh, yes, he did such and such thing. But now it's done. He's come back to his real standard. Even if it was very, very bad, when we see now he's come back to the standard. All right, bygones should be bygones, can be forgotten. But if ongoing, there are so many discrepancies, then we may be a little, what's the word? Skeptical, or we may see that, no, this person, I can't trust this person, I can't take shelter here. Let me find a reliable person. Of course, there are two things. There's the spiritual side, and then there's the management side. Management side, it's not that my whole life and soul is surrendered to the management, that I 3 times a day I should meditate on the management, that I should always remember and serve the management. For practical dealings, we should cooperate with the management. But sometimes management is this way, that way. So then we tolerate. We know, all right, this is management. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. Sometimes I agree with it, sometimes I don't agree with it. Anyway, let me cooperate as far as possible. But it's not that my life and soul is dedicated to the management. It's cooperative. But the spiritual master, that's different. There, I have to surrender. I can't take it like the management, that I may agree, I may not agree. Sometimes Guru's better, sometimes he's worse. That's not for my petty evaluation. I have to accept that as my spiritual master. Right or wrong, I accept him. Only, yes, okay.
Thank you. Next question is from Sadev Prabhu. Sadev, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. So Sahadev.
Thank you so much for
Nice
blessing
to see
our
you.
platform. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Maharaj, I have one question. I have consciously and deliberately refrained from prayers because if I have to pray to Krishna, I'm going to be asking him for my material needs, which part of my conscience tells me that is not the right thing to do. So I don't really pray. But I am wondering, for a neophyte like me, how do you pray to Krishna, starting by adoration, glorifying, like what Arjuna did from the text you read? He was faced with danger, but he seemed to be able to forget about the danger and started glorifying Krishna before he actually asked for the help he needed. How does a conditioned soul like me try to do something like that? That's my question. Hare Krishna.
First thing is that we don't pray for material things doesn't mean that we don't have to pray.
Okay.
Just like I might have some relationship with you. So my relationship might be based on getting some money out of you, getting something like that. So then if I decide, no, this was not very good, he's a devotee, my relationship shouldn't be based on how much money can I get from him. So that doesn't mean that now I have to say, all right, now I'll never have anything to do with him.
Okay.
No, Prabhu, can I do something for you? Please tell me something about Krishna, or can I tell you that we can have a relationship? It doesn't have to be based on material motives.
Okay.
No material motives doesn't mean no relationship. It means pure relationship. So not praying to Krishna for material things doesn't mean not praying to Krishna at all. But it means we pray to Krishna, please engage me in your service. Please engage me in your service. That's our prayer. Is that all right?
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hare Krishna.
Our next question is from Keshava Prabhu. Keshava,
Yes.
please.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Can you hear me okay?
Fine.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Okay, nice to see you here, Maharaj. I was offered unsolicited advice by a Prabhupada disciple here in Vrindavan. And then I also asked a question to a sannyasi. And I was given two different answers. And I'm just wondering if you can answer it as well. My question was,
Then you'll
if
have three
somebody,
different answers.
oh, yeah. My question was, if somebody takes initiation, Harinam Diksha from somebody, I was told that real initiation is only given at the time that one is given second initiation. And the person who gives second initiation then becomes the guru of that devotee. But then somebody else was telling me that one can have two gurus, the one who gives Harinam Diksha and the one who gives Brahminical initiation. So does one actually relinquish the relationship with the person who gives them Harinam initiation when they take Brahminical from a different person?
Yeah. Is the first initiation real initiation? Is the second initiation real initiation? Can one take two initiations in two different places? And then does one give up the relationship with the first guru by accepting the second guru?
Yes.
So, first of all, the Harinam initiation can be looked at two ways. One is we're just encouraging people chant Hare Krishna, and the real initiation, Diksha, is what we call second initiation.
Mm-hmm.
Then one is qualified to worship the deity, so many things. So from that point of view, initiation is second initiation.
Mm-hmm.
But Srila Prabhupada gave great importance to the first initiation. From one point of view, the second initiation is real initiation. That's when you receive the Gayatri mantra. That's when you can worship the deities. That's when you can perform sacrifices. From another point of view, which is more important, the Gayatri or Harinam? The Harinam is more important.
Mm.
The Gayatri will be within the realm of Pancharatrika activities, deity worship, and so on. But Harinam is our whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So even though from one point of view, the real initiation is second initiation, Prabhupada gave great importance to first initiation. When we receive the holy name of the Lord from a pure devotee, that's not unreal or insignificant. So both initiations are real, both are significant. But Prabhupada wrote, I believe, to Jadharani, that the relationship with the spiritual master begins at the time of first initiation. So both things are there. Both answers are correct, but from different angles of vision or different considerations. Can one receive second initiation from a different guru? Generally, one stays in the same line, that I got first initiation, then I'll get second initiation, same spiritual master. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes the spiritual master expires, he leaves this world, or some other reason. So then one may accept second initiation elsewhere, but it doesn't mean that now my first initiation is canceled, or now it's entirely everything is shifted.
But
But
Maharaj, sorry.
yeah, there's a really who's the guru? Jagat Guru. Krishna is the guru. Sakshad Hari Tena Samasta Shastra. According to all the Shastras, it's Krishna who's the guru. And Krishna appears in the form of Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, Atma Pradarshaka Guru, Antarjami, Super Soul. It's Krishna who's appearing in all of these forms. So my relationship is with Krishna, and Krishna's come in these different ways. So it's not that when I have a relationship with Krishna in one channel, then now the other channels shut off. No, I don't have a relationship. Everything is, they're all working together to bring us. Krishna is working through different agents, through different forms, to bring us back to God. You wanted to ask more?
Well, Maharaj, what I want to ask was, can somebody award second initiation to somebody on behalf of the guru who gave Harinam initiation? What do they call it? By proxy? Is that the word I'm looking for? Can that be done?
On behalf of?
Can somebody award second initiation on behalf of the one who gave first initiation?
Well, first of all, of course, I don't think it's the topic of your question, but the spiritual master can appoint an agent. You chant on the beads, you perform the yajna. That's sort of common knowledge. Temple president, sannyasi, they can do that. But
that also applies to second initiation.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, get the thread. Of course, Prabhupada his system was that he would have a tape recording of the mantra chanted in his ear. He would say, get the thread, put on their bodies, perform a yajna. So they would do that on behalf of the spiritual master, on Prabhupada's behalf. So that can be done, not that he personally has to perform the ceremonies. You can appoint someone, you do it. Apart from that if for some reason the spiritual master who gave first initiation doesn't give second initiation, either leaves this world or is incapacitated, his health may collapse or some other reason, the second person may come and as service to the first, that there's your Guru Maharaj, now I'm assisting in the project. Not that, okay, he got you started, now I'm taking over, you can forget about him.
Mm-hmm.
But in a cooperative spirit, that your Nam Guru gave you the holy name of Krishna, and he's brought you to this point. So now I'm in the service mood, I'll do something else for you. I'll give you the Gayatri mantra, I'll give you the sacred thread. Or I'll give you instruction.
Mm-hmm.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he initiated some devotees and said, now you go hear from such and such. Raghunath Das Goswami, you be under the care of Swarup Damodar.
Mhm.
Now, Chaitanya, not that Swarup Damodar thought, all right, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did something. Now it's my turn. I'll take over. Nor did Raghunath think in that way. But in the service mood, that Mahaprabhu has placed him under my care, I have to instruct him. And Raghunath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has placed me here. Not that one cancels out the other.
Mhm.
Everything is like a project.
Okay, thank you, Maharaj.
Mhm.
Yes, Maharaj, my next question is
Yep.
not related to the verse, but like we have the United Nations and we have the World Health Organization. I have been wondering why we don't have one body for the global religious denominations that can come together and help save the world spiritually. Because every denomination is always on their own. Like, for example, we have this virus, and World Health Organization is working to find a solution to the virus. So I've been cracking my head the use of all the religious organizations in the world. There is no one voice where they can find some spiritual solution to help heal the world. Can you comment on this? Why there is no one body like the UN or World Health Organization religiously? Because we all have one God.
Yes. It's not so, because the body is a very simple thing. But of course, on the higher platform, there's one, you can say, there is one organization, it's God's organization. There may be this, just like you didn't, I got the COVID-19 first shot, but not from the World Health Organization, from some local organization, Alachua County Department of Health, not from the World Health Organization. So the Lord, actually, finally, everything's his organization. He has his intergalactic or, cosmic organization for bringing all the conditioned souls back to Godhead. And then they appear in different local forms. Someplace there's this organization, sometimes someplace that organization. So they're, to the extent that they're doing Krishna's business, they're all under his organization. But just we see it divided up, this organization, just like we have ISKCON of Ghana, ISKCON of Kenya, or we have ISKCON of Lagos and ISKCON of Port Harcourt. We have different ISKCONs, but there's really one ISKCON. But you look locally, there's different leaders, even sometimes they have different opinions. Even there's maybe we do something one way, we do something another way. But the basic principle is the same, Krishna consciousness. Chant Hare Krishna. So finally, there's one organization, that's Krishna's organization, and we should join it. Krishna says, Sarvadharman Pratyaja Mamekam Sharanam. Just surrender to me. That's the real thing. Join my organization.
Thank you, Maharaj. Sahadev is back again with a question. Sahadev, please.
Yes, Krishna. Thank you again. I have one question. I have actually reserved this question for you in particular.
Okay.
And that
Lucky me.
and I said I reserved it for you because I believe it deals with translation of the Bhagavad Gita, where Sri Krishna says that that abode of mind, which is Krishna Loka, is not illumined by sun, moon, or electricity. The word
You're breaking up, Sahadev Prabhu. Sahadev Prabhu, your connection is breaking up.
Sadev, can you off your camera maybe? Yeah.
Okay. I said my concern is the word electricity,
Mhm.
because as far as we know, electricity was not known to this world until about 200 years ago.
No,
Meanwhile,
electricity has been going on since so long. Maybe they didn't have electric companies and all of that, but lightning was there. Electricity has been in this world since the beginning. And it's not that no one knew anything about it.
Oh, okay. Also, like lightning is electricity. Okay. I was thinking of electricity as we use it today in our world.
No, that's also true that in the spiritual world, there's no need of an electric company.
Yes. Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Maharaj.
All right. Yes. Shall we end here?
Yes, Maharaj, in the absence of no question, we will end here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thank you very much.
coming, Prabhu.
We-
Maharaj. Thank you.
We ask all devotees to kindly, maybe Prabhu Shivas want to say something before you go.
Srivas Prabhu. Hari
Thank you,
Hari.
Maharaj, for coming to give us this enlightenment. We're looking forward to more of your classes, Maharaj.
Thank you, Srivas Prabhu, your kindness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
So we ask all devotees to kindly unmute yourselves. Let's chant Hare Krishna for Maharaj for coming.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.